What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Concord. And firstly, thank you for all the tags, all the mentions. There's quite a few people that I've for an incredibly long time, and we can have our opinions on the game, and I've said my opinion. I know a lot of people have said much lower opinions, let's say, than what I have, but, you know, this was a work that many people worked on for too long, too many years, and we're going to talk about that in this video. And you know, it is sad to see, I imagine, a work that you have done for so long. Look, if I make a video and then I take down the video, that's one thing. What if you work on a game for 8 years and you take down the game 2 weeks in? The turnaround is insane, right? So in terms of the actual news, this game is going offline this Friday. They're turning it off. I don't think they actually full-on say that, but they say they're refunding, and once you have the refund, you can no longer play the game. So it certainly sounds like they're shutting down. Now, in the blog, it sounds like there's some sort of retool, reworking thing that is going on here, that it doesn't sound like the game is going to be gone forever, although I'm questioning it, right? I don't know for sure. The way I see this going, right, is you either do one of two things. You pull the plug entirely and forever. You never put this game back out. You accept the failure that it is. You probably get rid of that team. And I'm not saying this in terms of like, oh, this is all joy and, you know, rainbows and all this stuff. You let go everybody. You literally shut the team down, and you pretend almost like this never happened, right? With like a massive, some sort of, I don't know if you could do like a tax write-off or whatever it might be, but you try to get some of the money back that you put into this. The other way is to take, I would say, a few months at most and put the game back out as a PlayStation Plus free-to-play game. Now, the thing is, let's talk about that just really, really quickly, because we kind of already done it before. I think that's the best idea. I think that's the idea that would have gotten, obviously, more players versus this, right? To make it this premium $40 thing, it's not worth $40. Not even just to me. I don't like talking for other people, right? I can really only say for myself, because there's not really ways to make money, you know, from this game outside of purchasing it for the $40. So that would be that retooling, right? Put it for free, but in the next couple months, you find out a way to not like going crazy, right? Like not going insane. But you find a way to charge people microtransaction-wise to make a little bit of money when you do make it free to play, okay? And then the other weakness with that, though, and we've talked about this a little bit too, I just don't think that's going to work. Honestly, I think this is just a game that nobody really cares about. And even if you put it as a free-to-play game, I see it almost as like a Destruction All-Stars, but not as good. Like, I actually really like Destruction All-Stars. I made a whole video on Back to the Past on that game. I think that game was a lot of fun. It was very bare bones, and it just didn't last long. And originally, that game was going to be a full-on, I think, $60, $70 game. They pulled it, and then they ended up making it a PlayStation Plus game when it first launched, and the game really didn't last more than about a month or so, right? So they're not the same games, obviously, but I do see a lot of similarities with how long they would probably stay around. It's just people aren't really, like, you sometimes have to just know when to take the L, right? Like, this is an L, and you just kind of have to accept it and say, yeah, I don't know what you can actually do with Concord that would make it popular. Like, making it free-to-play, PlayStation Plus, that would make it semi, but there's a lot of games I'd like to game like this. I mean, I would have the strictest cutoff you could possibly. I just don't get.
Appreciate the raid, man. Thank you so much. That's really awesome. Shout out to you, man. Yo, thank you so much. Shout out to everybody that was in Tsunami stream. That's what's up. Playing some 2K. That's cool. That's cool. I'm doing some animation work for RDC World right now, so just trying to get this stuff done before it gets too late in the night. Hope everyone's having a good night out there. Hope everyone's vibing. I'm kind of in a low-key kind of vibe tonight, kind of mood, so you know, it is what it is. But hope everyone's having a good night. Thank you for the raid, brother. Hey, yeah. You know, I made those emotes. Actually, I made that emote for them, and I made another emote for them, but they didn't use. I think they used somebody else's version of that one, but I made. I made this one right here. I made a few of them, but they didn't put them all together.
Only energy, okay?
See, this is the version I did for them. I did all of these for them. The one that I actually made for this is back in June. That one loops a little bit better than the other one. But I made that one. I made this one for him. I was hoping they were gonna use this one because I like this one a lot. But yeah, they used this one. I made a few most for them, but they haven't used them all yet. Get back to it.
And it's probably been a double-edged sword. Like, on the one hand, you're so grateful for your ability to love yourself and to love your alone time and to love people alone and want a space that you can resonate with that allows. Your angels and your guides right now really want you to feel seen, and they're asking me to express these things to allow you to find someone, a space that you can resonate with that allows you to truly feel seen and to not feel so alone and isolated on the path that you're walking in. Okay? I feel like you're somebody who has always been a lone wolf. You have always thrived in your own lonely energy, okay? And it's probably been a double-edged sword. Like, on the one hand, you're so grateful for your ability to love yourself and to love your alone time and to love your own isolation. And I feel like truly when you're by yourself, it creates this pathway and this avenue to connect so deeply with the divine. And that is why you've always prioritized being alone, because it's like, people, you just don't resonate with humans in general. You're somebody that has always felt a little bit alienated from the rest of the world. And I'm seeing even from as early on as you were a kid. Like, it's not like you struggled to make friends or to have friends. Maybe you did. Maybe you did even. Maybe you had always a small circle, but it's like, even when you were surrounded by so many people or in group settings, I'm always feeling like your energy was just a bit inaccessible to others. And it's because you always kept others at like an arm's length away, if that makes sense. But not even doing this intentionally, it's just been who you are. You've always just been this way, and you thought that it was normal to be this way, but you felt so isolated in your inability to be normal at the same time. And I feel like it's like, why it's a double-edged sword is because you've always wanted to feel that connection to other humans and to feel like you fit in, but at the same time, I feel like the idea of being normal or of fitting into you is also your worst fear. Like, you're like, I do not want to be normal. So I'm just getting this very like contradicting but balance of energies where it's like, you love that you're alienated, you love that you're a lone wolf, you love that you're a trailblazer, you love that you're different, but at the same time you yearn for that connection, and you really wonder, like, am I ever gonna truly let anyone in? That might be a question that you ask yourself, because it just came through right now. Maybe you've asked yourself, like, am I ever going to let anyone truly have access to me, like the real me? Not the me that I like portray to the world, or the me that I allow people to have access to, but the me that exists within me. I feel like you're somebody whose soul is so bright, and because of this, you attract so many different people towards you, especially people that need your energy or need to access your healing energy without even realizing it, okay? You probably attract, and I already spoke about the gift of magnetism, so this is the same collective that I'm speaking to. But you probably have been attracting so many people towards you in this lifetime, in this existence that you have been living in, that need access to your healing energy in some way, shape, or form. And I feel like maybe there's been times in the past before you've really worked on yourself, because whoever I'm speaking to, I feel like you've been somebody who's on a healing journey, and you notice that you had this tendency to attract very wounded individuals. 333s, I'm saying this. People who really needed your love and your light, but the way that you were giving it in the past was not beneficial to you, and truly it wasn't beneficial to them. Maybe they were feeding off of that energy and like siphoning that energy a little bit, but you, the way that you were showing up, it was in such a way that, okay, this is the message that's coming through. I'm so sorry, guys. This is going to be all over the place, but I hope you're resonating with this. I feel like you always wanted to receive love in a certain way, and you never did receive that in a certain way. So because of that, what you learn to do is you learn to give love, or to give pieces of yourself in the way that you wish other people would give it back to you. So you started to overproduce and overcompensate, especially in relationships, especially when it came to the people that you were attracting in your life, okay? You started to show up in a way that was not beneficial to you, because you were pouring from an empty cup. It's like, I feel like you were already struggling with your own suffering, your own trauma, your own pain, and you were probably working with like 5% of your own energy that you had for yourself. And you know what you would do? You would give 6% to the other person. You would show up for other people with literally everything that you had within you. And because you would show up for other people, draining yourself, draining your own energy, you weren't showing up from a place of an abundance of love and an abundance of support. You were showing up with all that you had left within you and giving them everything that you had. And because of that, you ended up resenting the people that you were pouring this love onto, because it's like they wouldn't give you back what you needed from them and what you were requiring from them, and you didn't realize that you were just giving to them because you were hoping that they would give you something back in return. But I feel like you recently, very recently, like I feel like 2020 was probably a significant year for you when it comes to your healing journey, but especially over the last few years, you've noticed these patterns and these habits within yourself. You've noticed these people-pleasing tendencies within yourself, and the way that you would overcompensate and try to overproduce and show up for other people. And because of that, you started to really sit with and unpack these wounds that existed within you. Because you're somebody that wants to heal. You're somebody who knows you want to become the greatest version of you. You saw how your parents and people around you operated within the past, and you're like, I do not want to perpetuate these same cycles and these same ways of being and existing in the world where we just accept certain traumas and then carry it on and spew it out onto other people. You are somebody that's like, my circumstances, my environment, that does not define who I am. My parents, none of that defines who I am. I define who I am. You are somebody who is truly a creator of your own. You deliberately create your own reality. And I feel like this is all, maybe it's new to you, like you're just starting to get into this intentional creation of the life that you want to exude and the being that you want to become. And I just feel like you're on this path to transformation and alchemy right now. And you're starting to realize that your ability to exist within your own solitude, it truly is a gift. But just because it's a gift doesn't mean that it doesn't feel lonely at times, okay? But Spirit has always isolated you and made you feel lonely, because it is true that when you are by yourself, that is how you connect deeply and more deeper with the universe. Because the universe is you, babe. The universe exists within you. You know, it just came through right now. You are somebody who's always been hidden in plain sight too. Always. You've always been hidden in plain sight. It's like, you know what's so crazy about the universe sometimes? I feel like Source will intentionally and deliberately place you in certain positions where you're meant to be overlooked. You are an energy that was meant to be overlooked in certain rooms and environments that you grew up in certain relationships that you experienced. You were meant to be overlooked. And you know why? You're probably like, why the heck would I want to be overlooked? It's not that you want to be overlooked, but you were meant to be overlooked, because Source has been pouring into you. Like, you are this creation for the universe. Oh, this is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. I'm seeing like the universe has been meticulously planting and like planning and plucking certain situations. Like, you are the universe's greatest project. Oh my god, this is gonna make me emotional. Wow, that is so beautiful. I'm genuinely seeing like the universe personified in a being of light, and they're like, you're like a little doll that they're playing with, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna take this situation, it's gonna come close to like fully breaking them and have them on the brink of death at this point, but I know they're gonna get through this. So I'm gonna take this situation, I'm gonna give them this person, and the universe is like suffering right there with you. Like, all of the suffering that you went through, the universe didn't want you to have to endure that pain, but they knew the purpose and the beauty that would come of you having to go through the things that you went through. So that's exactly why you were given those certain situations, because the universe, like, this is your whole life, you guys, your entire life has always been something that is like so intentional. Like, I feel like if you look back on the spectrum of your life, every single situation that you encountered, wow, 923 on the timer, that is my confirmation number. Every single situation that you encountered, every single thing that you went through, you guys, was strategically placed for you. Even the trauma, even the heartbreak, even the betrayal, even the suffering, all of it, even the loss and the grief that you had to encounter. I'm seeing like the universe has been working on you like this huge project for years and years, okay, pouring into you. And you know why? Because you are finally ready to be presented to the world. Oh my goodness. Wow. I love these messages, you guys, because I don't plan this, and the way Spirit just flows, like, and how it all comes together. Oh, off topic, but I just want to say I'm just so grateful, Source. Thank you. This is so beautiful. I feel like you are at a point right now where everything is starting to click. Everything is starting to click, and the universe is like getting you all dressed up, putting on your best little outfit, and being like, oh my god, this is it. Like, they're finally ready to be presented to the world. You are being placed on a pedestal, on a silver platter. The universe is like, here, world, look at what I've been working on this entire time. Oh my gosh. You guys, this is such a precious message. Look at what I have been working on this entire time, okay? Don't you see them? Aren't they beautiful? From the inside out. It's like, oh, you have been placed here to go through and to travel to the deepest, darkest depths, 1111 as I'm saying this, deepest, darkest depths of the universe, okay? You were always meant to go basically to hell and back. You were always meant to. And you know what? The universe knew that you were always going to be strong enough to overcome every single challenging situation that you went through. You were never meant to go down and be stuck down there. okay? And I know sometimes you came close. Sometimes you're like, I don't even know how I'm gonna make it out of here alive, like, genuinely. But the universe always knew. It's like, this is just the energy I'm feeling right now. Like, this genuinely just feels so beautiful. I hope you realize how much of a gift you are. I hope you realize how much of a blessing you are, how much of a beautiful creation you are. Like, I wish you could see you from my eyes, from the eyes of the universe right now. And I hope that this just is filling you with so much love, because this is the energy that I'm feeling right now. Genuinely, you are a gift. You are a beautiful, meticulous creation that the universe has been working on for years, okay? A project that the universe has been pouring into all of this time. Nothing has been purposeless in your life. Nothing has been just for like a fluke or like convenience or anything like that. Every single thing that you have encountered, all of the heartbreak, all of the betrayal, all of the suffering, you have always been meant to endure it all, babe. All of it. And I'm sorry. I just want to say I'm sorry. And the universe is also saying, like, Source is saying, we're sorry. That pain that you had to go through, all of it, like, I can feel the heaviness of it. And I can feel the ways that you have been broken. But Source is really wanting to remind you to find so much gratitude for all of the breaking. Because within the breaking of your own heart, it has allowed cracks to consume your own heart and your own being. And within those cracks, I'm just seeing so much light being able to consume you. It's like the light has been able to come inside of you. Not just surround you, but the light has been able to encompass you, to be woven within the patchwork that is you, okay? Woven within the fibers of your very being, because of the way that your heart has cracked open, because of the way that your body has cracked open, and the wounds that you have encountered. Those have just been gateways for the light to enter. Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. And the universe, Source, right now, your guides are saying, we know how much it hurt. We know how much it hurt, and we're holding space for you in that hurt. And you've never been alone within that hurt. Okay? Source has always been right there to hold your hand and to help you through that pain and that suffering. But that doesn't mean that it was easy. That doesn't mean that it was something that was just, like, you are somebody that has suffered a lot. 423, that's my birthday, guys. You are somebody that has truly suffered a lot, and you've seen so much darkness in this life. And you might be always questioning, like, why? Why can't it just all be love and beauty and light? Why did I have to go through the things that I went through? But without going to those levels of darkness, you would never be able to bring the light within the darkness that you encountered. Wow! Oh, this is a beautiful message. Without experiencing darkness in the way that you experienced it, you would not be able to shine light on those certain situations and perspectives in the way that you are now. Okay? You had to go through those situations, because now the love that you encompass and the love that you embody for other people going through those same situations, you would never be able to hold space for them in the way that you are now without having endured what you did endure. Does that make sense? Like, you specifically had to go through certain situations to allow you to hold space for other people going through those same situations. You were always meant to be this embodiment of love, of healing, of light, this safe space for other people. Your energy is that of safety, okay? There is no situation that anyone can come to you with that you're not able to hold space for them, that you're not able to hold this, like, this just loving energy for everyone. It's like you are somebody who is, your judgment does not exist within you. Genuinely, you are not somebody that has an ounce of judgment, because you know what it's like. You know, based off first-hand experiences, what it's like to endure pain and suffering and darkness and tragedy, even. Tragedy, genuine tragedy, okay? And because of that, because you went through that, as hard as it was, the universe always knew that you were capable of going through that. You would always come out on top, and that's exactly why you had to go through it. Because you've always been strong enough to endure this. Always. Always. You were strategically placed and like molded into this being that was able to encompass all of this strength and go through these situations and develop from them and grow from them and transform from them. And now you guys, you are a safe space for so many other people that are going through those same things. What a beautiful gift that is. What a beautiful gift that is. What a beautiful gift suffering is. What a beautiful gift pain is in general. Honestly, I feel like I have so much gratitude for pain and sadness and suffering and trauma. And when I'm talking trauma, you guys, I have been through trauma. I lost so many people in my life to substances and just like losing my mom early, losing my grandparents early on, like just I could literally go down the list, and maybe one day I'll share my story on here just because I love when you can resonate with another person. But you guys are the same collective. You know what it feels like to suffer. You know what true trauma and true pain feels like, okay? Whoever I'm talking to, you know what it feels like to have your heart literally shattered into a million pieces. But you know what? I would take none of it back. If I could do it all over again, I would go through it all over again, all of the pain, because I feel like what a privilege and an honor it is to even be human, to be able to experience these emotions, to be able to resonate with other people that are going through the same thing. I would not feel the same if I didn't experience the trauma that I did, because now the way that I'm able to hold space for all of you beautiful people, all of the people who have gone through things, that is such a gift to me. And I feel so blessed and grateful to even be able to have these emotions and to experience this. It's like we came here to experience the multitude of emotions as human beings, right? We came here to experience everything we could possibly experience. So why only hold space for happiness and love when darkness and sadness is another beautiful side of the spectrum? And whoever I'm speaking to, you have this divine balance of dark energy and light energy, and you see the purpose to both. You see the beauty that is woven within both of those. And that is a gift. You are a gift. Genuinely, like, I really hope that you realize that you are the universe's greatest creation. Oh my God, just saying that makes me emotional. Somebody needs to write that down. I just heard. Use that as an affirmation. I am the universe's greatest creation. I am the universe's greatest creation. Drop that in the comments if you guys made it this far, okay? That is genuinely such a beautiful message, and I'm so grateful and blessed for all of you and to be able to sit and receive this energy. Wow. I just want to say I love you guys with my whole entire heart and being, and I'm just so grateful for each and every one of you. You guys, I can't even talk about it. I actually can't even talk about it. The way that I've been like almost in tears every single morning, filled with gratitude for the way that you guys are receiving my channel. This has always been like my dream, the main dream. If I could think of any dream in the world, I've always, since I was a literal child, my dream has been to be a YouTuber, okay? And the fact that I'm able to do this in this way and to just hold space for you guys and with you guys and exist in this beautiful collective, I am so, gratitude is not enough to describe what I'm feeling right now. I'm so blessed. I love you guys so much. Oh.
feel right now, do you even realize how good your life is about to get? Do you even realize it? It's 11 on the timer right now. Spirit is really shouting at me to remind you. This is a simple confirmation for a lot of people, or a simple reminder that you are on the path currently, okay? I'm seeing that you have planted a seed. It feels like a seed was planted, especially in this last year. Like, you started really pouring into something, whether it be yourself or a project that you're doing, but whatever this thing is, it is something that is here to heal this earth, I'm hearing. Something that has been given to you and placed upon you because you have been picked as the specific vessel from the universe to be able to carry out this gift and ability in a way that is beneficial to not only you and the lives around you, but to this entire universe. You have no idea how grand your purpose here is on Earth. Like, no idea. And I'm seeing that this is a crazy image that was coming through, but when you came here to Earth, right? And whoever I'm speaking to, this is a very spiritual collective, okay? So it's going to resonate with those who it resonates with. But when you came down to Earth, not only did you sign off on certain soul contracts that you had to fulfill, certain relationships that you had to fulfill, even your relationships with your parents, I'm hearing, or certain siblings. Maybe you had a certain twin flame connection, even though I don't really like using that term, but a connection with someone, a partner that was very significant, that ignited the spiritual journey within you. You were given certain soul contracts that you came here to fulfill, that were meant to push you and evolve you in certain ways, to allow you to grow and to blossom and to bloom, to allow you to turn into an alchemist, I just heard. You are somebody that has quite literally been turning your pain into purpose since you came out the womb, babe. Since you came out the womb. Guys, I'm so stuffy from my allergies, so just beware. But anyways, you are somebody that has been alchemizing since the very first time that you could breathe. It's like, I'm seeing some, and I hope, trigger warning for anyone. If you were going through any childhood traumas, right? Anything like that, I'm not going to get into it, but if you were going through certain childhood traumas, I'm seeing that you found ways to self-regulate your own being even as a child. And know that this was you, but this was the universe working through you, showing you that you always had the ability to tap into this higher power, this higher energy, even if it was just through music, I'm hearing, or through art, through drawing, through painting, through whatever it was that you like to do when you were going through those hard traumatic moments. This was a gift that was divinely given to you to show you your ability to alchemize, to show you your ability to turn your pain into purpose, even from a young child, even from a young individual. You've always had this ability within yourself. So not only did you come here to fulfill these certain soul contracts where you had to go through relationships and experiences that push you to evolve and grow, but I'm also seeing that you came here with a soul contract with the universe. With the universe. How freaking cool is that? Not only did you come here to fulfill these 3D, like real earthly things, but you came here with a mission from you and the divine, you and source, okay? And this is something that is so grand. I just want to let you know, if you're ever questioning your worthiness, or questioning whether or not you're enough, or questioning your status here on this earth, I want you to know, and I'm hearing so loud right now, I wish I could smack ya. I wish I could smack ya with love, okay, with a loving hand. But Source is like, we would not have created you if you weren't purposeful. You would not even exist. You would not even be here if you were not worthy of being here right now. So if you ever question your worth, your spirit team is reminding you that we don't create things for no reason. You were not created just as some whim, as some experiment, some little background side piece character, okay? You were created as a main character, and you're actually even more of a main character than you even realize, babe, okay? This is far beyond just giving off main character energy. This is like, you have a huge mission here on this planet. And I'm seeing that you signed this soul contract with the universe. You were given and gifted certain gifts and abilities in this lifetime, certain talents that you're able to have and exude, certain like ways of perceiving the world, perspective that you have on certain topics and things and ideas, and all of this wisdom and ancient like this ancient power I'm feeling. Like, whoever I'm tapped into right now, you feel like your energy is very regal and ancient and wise. It's like you probably have lived many, 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 many lives. And like, I'm honestly getting Ascended Master vibes. Like, maybe in your next life, you'll be an Ascended Master or something, like a spirit guide or something. Because, babe, the energy that you have and the wisdom that you have in your perspective, you were given these gifts and abilities straight from the divine. The ways that you're able to communicate things, the way that you're able to communicate your thoughts and shift the perspective of people without even realizing that you're doing it. Just by mentioning a certain thing or shining light on a certain flipped perspective. You were given these gifts and abilities because you came here with a huge purpose to fulfill. And this purpose is one that is huge and grand. So grand that you had to sign a contract with Source itself. That is fucking powerful. Sorry for swearing. Ooh. Sorry, not sorry. You know what I mean though? It's like you were given these gifts and abilities that are huge. And I'm also hearing there has been purpose to your pain. There has been so much purpose to your pain, babe. Everything that you've experienced, and I feel like at one point you were really, really living in a victim mindset, okay? And this is not to say anything to call you out or anything. I'm saying this with love, and I was there myself too, okay? It is so easy to allow yourself to victimize your own self when you go through an extreme amount of suffering, of loss, of heartbreak, of betrayal, okay? It's easy to be like, why is this happening to me? Why does everybody else get to live a normal life and I'm here living my life? I'll just give you guys a little story. My life was nothing like the lives of my friends, okay? My life was very different, from childhood trauma to living in a single parent home who was an alcoholic, who ended up passing away. I lost my mom pretty young, and just it kind of all spiraled from that point. And I felt so isolated growing up as a child, and I became so resentful of the people around me without even realizing it, of seeing families. And this is something that I still need to work on. This is something that I'm still actively working on. But it's like you become resentful of other people because you feel like a victim in your own life. You feel like you were given the short end of the stick. The short end of the stick. I think that's what it is. Whatever. You were given the short end of the stick. It feels like everyone else around you is given some sort of slack, some sort of words today. My goodness. I can't think of the word. They were given, oh my gosh, this is gonna drive me nuts. If somebody can think of the word that I'm thinking of, please comment it down below because I need help. I need the help. But it's like people were given this sympathy. You guys, what is happening right now? Let me just recollect for a second. It feels like the universe was able to sympathize with everybody else around you except for you. It feels like people were given chances and little things that alleviated them from certain stresses. You know what I mean? But it feels like for you, in your case, you were somebody that always had to figure it out yourself. You were somebody that always just had to go through it. There was no other way to go around it. No matter how hard you tried to dance around it, you tried to be normal. And it's like you probably felt like a failure in some ways, because it's like you noticed that because of all the trauma and the pain that you experienced, it almost delayed your progress as a human being. Like maybe you didn't finish as well in school, or maybe you weren't able to give yourself the life that you always wanted for yourself, that you saw for everybody else. But what I'm hearing is that there was so much purpose to this. Spirit strategically placed you in certain environments and situations to make you feel like you were less than. Spirit actually intentionally made you lose yourself. And you're like, why would you do that to me, Spirit? Why? But you know what? There is something so beautiful about losing yourself. And I will say this, 923 on the timer. That is my confirmation number, okay? There is something so precious and beautiful about losing yourself. You know why? Because when you lose yourself, that means that you're able to find yourself again. And usually when you find yourself again, you find yourself even more deeply than you even met yourself before. You find yourself in new ways. So whenever you're feeling down about certain things that you experienced in your past, know that there was purpose to this. There was always purpose to this. It was actually very strategic. It was strategic because now it allowed you to find yourself and to find your power in ways that just living a normal surface level life would not have allowed you to dip so low into darkness that you were able to shoot back up into the light, like at heights that you can't even imagine. And now, because you shot back so high up into the light, you have tapped into so many more new powers and abilities that were given to you, right? Going back to our first point, to fulfill this huge grand purpose that you came here to fulfill on this planet. And you're like, what is this purpose? What am I here to fulfill? Babe, your purpose is to stay in the energy of love. Your purpose is to be an embodiment of love in the deepest form you could possibly be it. You are quite literally a testimony for the universe. The universe chose you and chose your story for you and is serving you on a silver platter back into the world after all of the hardships and the suffering that you have been through. The universe is like, this is what we've been preparing you for. This is the soul contract that you signed with us. You were always meant to go through that hurt. You were always meant to lose all those people. You were always meant to experience grief on the deepest, darkest levels. You were always meant to experience that heartbreak that you thought shattered your soul. You were always meant to experience depression and all of these other things because it allowed you to find yourself on an even deeper level. And now that you've found yourself, you are tapped into these powers that we have given you and these gifts and the abilities that we have given you. You are going to start drawing in your soul community towards you, spiritual guides, spiritual teachers that are going to help uplift you on this journey that you're in, that are going to help show you the power that you exude. And then when you do that, you are going to be the embodiment of a miracle. That is what your soul contract was. You came here to show the world that miracles exist, that your ability to dive deep into the darkness has only caused you to become this testimony, this walking embodiment of light and love, to show not only the people around you in your close circle, but to show the world on a large scale what is possible with hope, with faith, with believing in something higher than yourself, okay? You are going to experience a life that is nothing like what you've experienced in the past. Your suffering, I'm hearing, is over. And I'm not saying that you're not going to go through hardships and suffering in life, because that's not realistic. We all go through hardships, right? But what I am saying is that now, the you that is right now, that you is going to be able to perceive these hardships as a blessing, which causes you to alleviate all of that stress, to not be burdened by the weight of the world anymore, because your perspective has completely shifted. It's like you're seeing things from a completely different way now that allows you to alchemize things instantaneously. No matter what obstacle is placed in front of you, you're like, I know this obstacle is a blessing. This is a blessing in disguise. And that is exactly why you are about to be so blessed beyond your wildest dreams in this lifetime, my love. Do you even... I really hope that this is getting through to you in the way that I'm feeling this right now, because this energy, you guys, this is powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. And if you're ever doubting yourself or why you're here, your purpose, or if you even need anything, like, if you're watching this video right now, you need to know and need to understand that you need absolutely freaking everything. You mean everything. Oh, I just want to hug you. I just want to hug you and squeeze you and tell you, oh, my little baby, you mean so much. You know, that's the energy I'm feeling right now. I feel like the universe is just like, babe, you are more than enough. You've always been enough, and you're actually even more important than you think, than you realize, okay? And they're using me right now to, like, scream at you, because this is like screams of love, okay? This is like cuteness aggression, where I just want to, you know what I mean? But in the best way. I just want to fill you with so much love, because that is what you're deserving of, because that is the energy that you exude from your own being. That's all you've ever given to the world. No matter how dark your life has become and what you've experienced, you've always chosen to give back love, to pour love into everything that you freaking do. Who are you? Who are you? Okay? Who the heck are you? I feel like I'm going to be seeing your name somewhere. I feel like you're somebody that is meant to be seen, babe. You are meant to be seen. The universe is like, hey, we signed this deal, we dabbed each other up, and now this is it. This is it. And you're fulfilling your purpose right now as we speak. Even if you don't know what your career path is. Oh my gosh, don't even get me started on that. Sorry guys, I feel like we are so much more than our careers or like a job title, and we can't be niched down to a certain title. But anyways, that's my own personal opinions on the matter. But you are so much more than just your purpose. And if you're struggling to find out exactly what your purpose is, know that your purpose is simply to just be here, to be this embodiment of love. You've already gone through the trauma and the suffering and all of that, and you've chosen to see the light in the darkness. You've chosen to say, you know what, I'm going to alchemize all of this. I'm going to take this really crappy situation, this pile of poop, and I'm going to turn it into fertilizer. I'm going to turn it into something that feeds the soil and feeds the plants. And the next thing you know, you got a garden of roses blooming. Do you know what I mean? That is freaking incredible. You're somebody that's turning poop into fertilizer. I'm just joking, but you know what I mean. This is so precious. Hold on, let's get a card from my beautiful fairy deck. I love this deck so much. This energy. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. My goodness. Spirit. All right. Woo. Can you give us a card? Just any card. Any message that needs to come through about this message, Spirit. What needs to come through right now for this beautiful, beautiful collective? Aww. Hold up. Ooh. My reactions. Aww. Ooh. Okay. 3 is good. Ooh. And the bottom of the deck. Wisdom? This is not what I'm talking about. I feel like you are somebody that was given such ancient, like, you have this ancient wisdom about you that is so magnetic. Have you ever been told that you're wise beyond your years? Wow. Now is the time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with a challenge. Babe, you already know all the answers. You already know the answers. And honestly, the answers tend to be simpler than we think they are. Ooh. Okay. The first card we have is friendship. How stunning. Stunning. And there's so much purple in these cards, you guys. You're very, 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 very connected with your intuition. Look at all this purple energy. Wow. I feel like your crown chakra right now is very activated. You're probably getting a lot of messages, signs from the universe, signals, downloads. Like, your dreams are probably very intense right now. Keep a dream journal, I just heard. Fairies and humans alike need friends. Now is the time to seek out those who will support you and encourage you on your journey to fulfill your dreams, okay? And this is giving energy of soul tribe. The more that you stand in this energy that you're in and realize what you came here to do, the more that you attract people that see your purpose, that see that light within you, that want you to be in that energy, okay? You also have the card Wait for Winter. You guys, I am not even playing around. The way that I've been feeling like life is going to change for so many of us in this collective in the winter time, in the fall/winter time. Like, I'm getting the energy of big blessings coming in the winter. Big blessings. Okay? During the colder months, the Fairy Queen of Winter will help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes, as long as your intentions are for the highest good. Wow. This is what I'm saying. It's giving something big is coming soon. Something big is coming soon. Especially look out for the winter months. I'm seeing December and October and November. You also have Go Outside. It's time to go outside. Tune into the powerful peace of nature wherever you are and feel at one with your habitat. You guys, please connect with nature. Go touch some grass. Okay? Hug a tree. You have no idea. First of all, this collective is very connected with nature. Even if you're not an earth sign, I feel like you're somebody who's very in tune with nature. I'm seeing the northern lights in my head right now. Maybe that's something you've always wanted to see or you've seen it recently. Forests, lakes, big bodies of water, I feel like you're just very connected with nature and like plants in general. So Spirit is saying really take the time to connect with nature on a deeper level, because the energy that you feel sitting in nature or sitting in the stillness of nature, the oneness that you feel with the earth, that is another gift that you're able to tap into, to absorb the love and energy from the earth, to allow that love to spill out onto the people that you communicate as well, that you communicate with. Oh, I need a reactant. These allergies are driving me nuts. But anyways, you are beautiful. You are incredible. And I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy that you stuck around through all of the pain that you've experienced. And the world is a better place because of you. Genuinely. Genuinely, genuinely, genuinely. Okay? I love you so much. I'll see you in the next video.
Body. You know,
situations and circumstances and maybe the family that we were born into, or just our own personal situations, it's easy to justify that and make that the reason as to why we don't live up to the things that we wish to live up to. I feel like for a lot of us humans, we spend our entire lives waiting and waiting for the circumstances around us to give us permission to finally do the things that we want to do in this life. We blame our parents for not raising us properly. We blame our societal expectations and societal norms placed upon us. We blame our school for not teaching us the proper tools to live a successful life. We blame and blame and blame everything external to us, because if we can shift the blame from ourselves to the world around us, then we alleviate ourselves from that accountability. We allow ourselves to bypass responsibility for the role that we play within our own suffering, for the role that we play with keeping our own self held back in life. And I feel like we are constantly waiting for the world around us to give us permission to finally live up to the people that we want to be and the dreams that we want to fulfill. And it's like we wait and wait for everything external around us to just say, okay, now is your time. Now is time to start. We convince ourselves that we don't have enough resources or time or energy to chase after the things that we want in this lifetime. We justify and make these excuses to ourselves as to why we're not ready yet, or to why it's just not time. And while doing this, we don't even realize how much we're co-creating our own stagnancy, that by continuing to create excuses for ourselves, we are the ones delaying all of our own blessings. And it's not ever that we've been incapable of chasing after these things, and rarely ever are our circumstances directly linked to our inability to pursue the things that we want to pursue, when in actuality we are the things stopping us from achieving the life that it is we wish to live. Our own limiting beliefs, because it's easier to convince ourselves that everything around us is not right, when in reality we are what's not right. Our internal state, our internal emotional state, how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about our worth and our value, and how capable we are of chasing after the things that we want to chase after, that is what is holding us back. And a lot of the times we search for everything external around us to put that blame onto that, because it's easier than taking accountability for our own role that we play in this suffering. I feel like for a lot of us, if you resonate with this, then this is the path I'm on too. It's like we have fully learned to master the art of healing. Our lives have given us circumstances and situations to continue to conquer and continue to transmute and alchemize. I feel like my entire life has been a catalyst to healing, and just the situations and traumas that I've had to endure have led me to the place that I am, and granted me the most amazing gift of alchemy, which is something I feel so blessed and grateful for, and I wouldn't trade any of my trauma or my pain or my suffering that I've been through, because I have developed this gift and I feel like I've truly mastered it. I know how to turn pain into purpose. I know how to transmute any negative energy transcending through all of this pain and this trauma, I feel like I have forgotten how to successfully master the art of living. Because I've spent so much time focused and hyper fixated on growth and healing and becoming a better person each and every day, that simultaneously I have deprived myself from the ability to just live innocently, to play and laugh and just be free. It's time to allow ourselves to live again. It's time to look in the mirror and realize that we are the only ones that can give ourselves permission to start living again. Nothing external around you, no person, no job, no friendship, no parent, nothing will ever give you the permission that you're looking for to just be, to go after the things that it is that you want to go after in this world. Nothing around you will ever validate you enough to make you feel like it's safe to finally begin. I promise you. No matter if you're living in a bigger house, if you have more money, if you have more success or better relationships, none of that will ever fill that void within you that is waiting for someone or something to give them permission to finally become the person that it is that you want to become. Nothing outside of you will ever give you that validation. You have to be the one to give it to yourself. And that can be such a hard, strenuous journey. Trust me, I'm right there with you. But when you finally decide to look in the mirror and to realize that you have been the one holding the key this entire time, that you have been the one able to create the life that you wish to create, that the power has been in your hands this entire time, once you realize that and it truly hits you, you can allow yourself to be liberated. You can feel the relief that comes with that. And of course, it might also come with a little
appreciate
bit of
you, Mookie.
disappointment because you see now
Thanks for the
that
sub,
you have
baby.
created your reality up until this
I
point.
appreciate you, man, for
But
real.
instead of looking at that and being like, damn, I did all this. I was the one in control of my actions. I was the one in control of creating the reality that I'm living in. Instead of seeing it from that perspective, you have to allow yourself to be liberated in this. You have to see the power and the surge of energy that comes with that, with knowing that you have always been the one capable of making the first step, that it didn't matter what your external circumstances surrounding you were always the one in control of your own emotions and how you perceive the world around you and how you perceive your worth and your value that you bring into this world. And it has nothing to do with what's happening around you. It's all internal. You have to allow yourself to be liberated in that and to know that once you have that knowledge and you have that understanding, now the fun begins. Now it's a journey of co-creating with the universe. Now it's a journey of becoming, of truly stepping into the person that you see yourself being, into the life that you wish to create. Stop waiting for anyone to give you permission and just start. I promise you, now is the time to just go all in. What else do you have to lose, okay? I want you to really look in the mirror and sit with yourself and trust and understand how many people go to their deathbeds with their dreams because they don't feel ready enough to chase after it. They don't feel worthy enough or confident enough to step into the spotlight. They are so consumed by the perception of other people and what are other people going to think about me, and they're constantly worried about how their peers are going to be able to digest them and whether they'll be laughed at, or it's just this fear of being seen at the end of the day. But I need you to really sit with it and think about how many people die knowing that they didn't get to live up to their potential and that they were the only ones that stopped them from doing that this entire time. I need you to sit with and understand that that's not a life that you want to live. And if that's truly something that you feel would cause you so much misery in your final days, knowing that you had this potential, you had this passion and this surge of energy within you that you wanted so bad to spill out into the world, and you just wanted to create, and you never gave yourself permission to just do it, I promise you, you will pass on feeling so much regret. There's a quote I'm thinking of, but I can't remember. The pain of regret is worse than the pain of failure, or something like that. But it's like, knowing that you were at least courageous enough and strong enough to make those first steps, to just try. If you have a dream, I am begging you just to try. What is there to lose? People might laugh at you. People might say that you're crazy. People might say that you're dreaming too big, and people might tell you to come back down to earth. I have heard it all before, trust me. But if you know you have something like burning inside of you that's indescribable, you can't put it into words with other people. They just simply don't understand. And the only reason they don't understand is because they're dreaming too small. Their dreams are condensed in these little boxes. And the dream that you have placed on your heart, it is grand, it is enormous, it is all-consuming, and it cannot be confined by a small space. It's a dream that you know is like seeping through every single fiber of your being. It consumes you. If you have that dream on your heart, trust and know that it wasn't just placed on your heart just to go there, just to land there and to taunt you and to make you feel like, you know, oh, I have to think about this dream every day, but how am I ever going to live up to it? No, that dream was placed there because you are strong enough and you are capable enough of creating this dream, of bringing it into this reality. My phone died on me, but trust and know, if a dream was placed on your heart, it was placed there for a reason, okay? And it's because there's nobody but you that is more capable than bringing that dream down from the clouds into this reality. So please never give up on your dreams. Promise that you will dream big, okay? If there's one thing you got from this video, I hope that you give yourself permission to not only dream, but to go after all of the things that consume you. Go after all of the things that you feel called towards. Because when you go after your dreams, what it does is creates a ripple effect in this world. It inspires the people around you. It inspires your family members, your peers, and all of a sudden they feel inspired to go after their dreams, and then the people in their lives are inspired as well, and it creates this huge ripple effect that reaches so far out into this world and touches so many lives. You have no idea the amount of lives that you will touch by being courageous enough to go after the things that you want to achieve in this lifetime. By you showing up and showing up for yourself, you will create a domino effect that will inspire so many people to show up for themselves as well. And isn't that the point of life? Aren't we put here to deeply understand ourselves, to fall in love with ourselves, and to pour into the things that bring us happiness, that fulfill us, the things that we're passionate about? To me, that is what life is all about. It's not about, you know, maintaining and living a life of mediocrity and working a job that you hate just to be able to go out on the weekends. And like, that is so far from my perception of what life is, okay? Life is about discovering who you are and falling so in love with yourself and pouring into your passions and your hobbies, even if it's silly. Even if the thing you love most in this world is finger painting or freaking, I don't even know, twerking. Even if it's breakdancing, even if it's, you know, and nothing against these things. My brain is just coming up with some random things, but you know what I mean? Life is meant to be about discovering what we can do for fun and how we can bring that joy and that passion and that laughter into our lives. And by you showing up for yourself and doing the things that you feel called to do, it inspires so many other people. So I hope for you that you finally give yourself permission to live, to fall deeply in love with yourself, and to chase after every single one of your dreams, regardless of what other people are going to say, regardless of what the world thinks. I hope that you finally give yourself permission to jump, to go all in, and to know that you will never be more ready than you are right now. Nothing outside of you will ever prepare you more than how prepared you are right in this very moment, okay? So I hope that you find comfort in this. I hope my phone is still recording. Yeah, thanks for chatting with me. I love you to death, and I hope that you I hope that you continue to dream bigger than you can even imagine. I love you so much.
To get those sub badges together on the chat, so that way y'all see all specific sub badges for sure. I need to get the host set up. Appreciate you, Mook. For real. Thank you, man. Shot even more now. This is gonna be pretty hard. I'm gonna show a little bit more of the board. Just a little bit more of the board, and the back of the board. Let me. Thanks for the pin, Mookie. Appreciate you, gang. like the way the way he's kind of added the camera frame a little bit, like his boot. I like how it's just like a little bit like out in front of the camera. I think that's tough. Yeah. I'm trying to match the curve of the background, like the motion.